हेलो दोस्तों, मेरे चैनल में आपका सभी का पुनः एक बार स्वागत है। क्लास 11th जो चैप्टर अपन कर रहे थे उसके कंटिन्यूएशन अपन आगे करेंगे। मोशन इन स्ट्रेट लाइन। इन द प्रीवियस लेसन वी हैव सीन दैट व्हाट इज द मैकेनिक्स, व्हाट इज द मोशन, एंड टाइप्स ऑफ मोशंस, कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम, distance and displacement we already covered. Along with that, we covered the speed and velocity, and up to this one we have covered in the previous chapter. Now today what we will do, we will cover today motion in a straight line, second uniform and non-uniform motion, third is the average speed, fourth is the displacement, time curve, fifth is the acceleration. This topic will cover in the today lesson. Let me start it. Motion in one dimension. This is also known as the motion in straight line. Now in the Cartesian coordinate system, there are the three axes: x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. Here, motion in a straight line. If your motion is confined only along the one axis, your motion is confined only along the one axis, x-axis. So किसी भी कोऑर्डिनेट के अगर तीन कोऑर्डिनेट है x, y, z, तो अगर मोशन कन्फाइंड है एक डायरेक्शन में, तो उसका कौन सा एक वेरिएबल बदलेगा। y और z में डेल्टा y एंड डेल्टा z विल बी 0, y 0, z 0. Only the x variable will change. It means only one variable sufficient to represent the whole motion. So this is said to be the motion in the straight line. तो ये चैप्टर है उसमें अपन उसका एक वेरिएबल लेंगे, दैट इज द डिस्प्लेसमेंट और डिस्टेंस। वो एक ही दिशा में हो रहा है, बाकी y एंड z कंपोनेंट के बारे में अपन कुछ भी बात नहीं करेंगे। जब अगला चैप्टर आएगा मोशन इन ए प्लेन, उस समय दो कोऑर्डिनेट लेंगे। सो हियर मोशन इन ए स्ट्रेट लाइन, इट मींस only the one variable, one axis. Motion is only along the one axis. So this is the meaning of the motion in one dimension. Now that is a uniform motion. Uniform and non-uniform motion. समान तथा असमान गति। If the velocity or speed of the body is remain constant, then the motion is said to be uniform in speed oblique velocity respectively. यदि उसकी स्पीड नियत रहती है पूरी गति में, that is said to be the motion with the uniform speed. If the velocities remain constant, so that is said to be the motion with the uniform velocity. ये आपका कंसेप्ट है यूनिफॉर्म का. अगर समान नहीं रहती है तो वो गतियां असमान कहलाती है. असमान गतियों में उसकी स्पीड और वेलोसिटी बदलती रहती है. So this is the concept of the uniform speed, a uniform motion and non-uniform motion. समान गतियां, असमान गतियां. Now, the curve ST curve for the velocity. ST curve यानी curve between the displacement and time. The curve between the displacement and time. Now, when a particle of moving, this can be shown, the motion can be shown graphically. This is the graphical representation of the motion. This is a graphical representation of motion. Suppose this is the time and this is the S, displacement. Along the x-axis, we take the time. Along the y-axis, we take the displacement. Suppose a particle moving with the uniform velocity. So what happened? At the 0 time, it is at 0. At the 1 second, it is somewhere. It is at 2 second, it is somewhere. It is at 3 second, it is somewhere. It is at 4 second, it is somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. So what happened? This is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 3, and this is the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the curve will become like this way. Curve like this way. So it is a with the constant slope. इसका जो झुकाव है वो बराबर नियत रहेगा. And in this case, the equal distance is covering by the object in the equal interval of time. Such motion is known as the uniform speed. This is said to be the uniform speed. अगर आपका ये ग्राफ है, कोई कांस्टेंट टाइम इधर है, डिस्प्लेसमेंट इधर है. दिस इज द ग्राफ फॉर एनी ऑब्जेक्ट, मोशन ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट. इट मीन्स ये क्या शो करेगा? एट द 0, suppose this is the 20 meter. At the 1 second, it is also at the 20 meter. At the 5 second, it is also at the 20 meter. It means this is the body in rest, or speed is the g. This is the S displacement, this is the time. If the curve is like this way, it means this is at the starting time in the one interval, this covered only this distance. In the second, it covered this much of distance. At the third second, it cover this much of distance. So you see, this distance is increasing per second. It means its speed is increasing. So this is the non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion with the rising speed. With the rising speed. So, in the rising speed is also known as the accelerated motion. If the curve is like this way, then what happened? In the first, this travel this much of distance. In the second, this travel distance. In the third, this travel. Fourth, this much. Fifth, this much. Sixth, this much. Seventh, this much. So what happened? The distance covered initially first second is the highest, and later on the distance covered in the nth second is reducing. It means here the motion is the non-uniform. With decreasing speed. So this is known as the deaccelerated motion. So these are the four graphs which you keep in the mind. They ask that if the diagram is given to you, you have to be mentioned the category of the motion. So four category: uniform speed, body in the rest, accelerated motion or deaccelerated motion. What is the accelerated motion? Accelerated motion you define when speed or velocity increases. Deaccelerated when velocity decreases gradually. Therefore, the accelerated motion means object velocity increases with time, and deaccelerated motion object velocity decreasing with time. इसको कहते हैं त्वरित गति, इसको कहते हैं मंदन गति. So this is the concept of the acceleration and deacceleration. So what is the acceleration? Acceleration is your term, and acceleration means twara. This acceleration can define as for when a velocity of an object is changes, then the rate of change of velocity is known as the acceleration. Suppose at time t1, the velocity is the v1. at time t2, the velocity is the v2. So the change in velocity is equal delta v equal to v2 minus v1. Time interval delta t is equal to t2 minus t1. So what is this? In the delta t time, the change in velocity is the delta v. In the unit time, the change in velocity will be the delta v upon delta t. And this delta v upon delta t, the rate of change of velocity is known as the acceleration. The rate of change of velocity is known as the rate of change of velocity is known as the acceleration. What is the unit here? Velocity unit is the meter per second. Acceleration is the second, so the unit is the meter per second square. This is the SI unit. This is the SI unit for the acceleration. And what is the dimension? This is the LMT minus 2 will be the dimension as per this one. You can also show the velocity time curve for the acceleration. Curve between V and P. Velocity time curve. If the curve is like this way, it means this is the velocity, this is the time. So see here, the velocity is constant every moment of the motion. So this is the graph, so the constant velocity. If the curve is like this way, it means it is increasing gradually. So velocity is this one, time is this one. So this is the uniform acceleration. Because it is a uniformly increasing. So this is the uniform acceleration. If the curve is like this way, this is the V and T. So here acceleration is increasing gradually, increasing acceleration. And if the velocity is like this way, this is the V and this is the T, this is the decreasing acceleration. So these four curves are there, you keep in the mind. Constant velocity, this is the constant acceleration, this is the increasing acceleration and this is the decreasing acceleration. तो ये जो चार कर्व है ये नियत वेलोसिटी है, ये नियत एक्सेलरेशन है, ये बढ़ता हुआ एक्सेलरेशन है, ये घटता हुआ एक्सेलरेशन है. These four curves you have to keep in the mind. एक चीज और आती है यहाँ पे, एवरेज स्पीड. If any body, इसको है औसत चाल. If any body is moving with the uniform acceleration, then initial velocity may be Vi. This is the initial velocity. आरंभिक वेग उसका इतना रहेगा, एंड वी एफ दिस इज द फाइनल वेलोसिटी या अंतिम वेलोसिटी. So what will be the average velocity? V average, yeah, average speed will be equal to Vi plus Vf divided by 2. Right, this is the initial speed. Initial speed, final speed. So V average will be equal to this one. Average speed उसकी होगी Vi plus Vf divided by 2. Yeah, this is the formula for the constant acceleration. Uniform acceleration में आप average speed आप इस तरह से दे पाएंगे. But if the body is moving with the different speed, suppose this S1 distance traveled by the T1 time, this S2 distance is traveled by the T2 time, then what will be the average speed? Average speed will be equal to total distance divided by total time. So total distance here S1 plus S2, total time is here T1 plus T2. This will define the average speed. If the third part is also there, suppose this is the S3 and T3, in that case you will write, in this case you will write V average will be equal to S1 plus S2 plus S3 divided by T1 plus T2 plus T3. So on and so. You can find that if S1 and S2 are equal. Take one example. Suppose कोई वस्तु मूव करती स्टार्ट करती है ए से बी, बी से सी, एंड ये आधा रास्ता है, ये आधा रास्ता है, ए बी इक्वल टू बी सी. सपोज ये T1 टाइम लेती है और V1 स्पीड से मूव करती है ए से बीच के बीच में, और ये V2 टाइम लेती है और V2 स्पीड से जाती है और T2 टाइम लेती है. Then what will be the average speed between the A to C? V average is equal to total distance divided by total time. Total distance कितनी है? ये दूरी D है एंड ये दूरी भी D है, बराबर दूरी है. So total distance D plus D divided by T1 plus T2. Total distance, this will be the 2D divided by T1 plus T2. And what is the T1? T1 is nothing but S upon V1, and 2 is equal to S upon V2. Because S is equal to V into T. So write down the value. V average is equal to 2D, and what is the S here? D equal divided by V1. This is the D divided by V2, because distance S is equal to D is given to you. So this will be equal to D divided by V1 plus D divided by V2. If you go this one, 2D, D is common, 1 upon V1 plus 1 upon V2. D to D cancel, this will become out 2V1 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. So V average is equal to V1 plus V1 V2 2v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2. इसी तरह यहाँ पे अगर तीन पोर्शन दिए होते हैं आपको क्या होता है कि भाई दिस वन एंड दिस वन दे आर डिस्टेंस आर इक्वल एंड इसमें लगता है स्पीड रहती है इसकी v1, इसमें रहती है v2, इसमें रहती है v3. So what will be the average between the A to D? So here V average, in this case you will get the 3D divided by D 1 plus V1 plus 1 upon V2 plus 1 upon V3. Same formula. So D to D cancel, you will get here 3 V1 V2 V3 divided by V1 V2 plus V2 V3 plus V3 V1. So this is the in the examination NCERT, CBSE or in JEE NEET, you ask many times this question is asked like this way. Suppose you send a ball and strike to the a wall. एक गेंद फेंकते हो जो कि वाल से टकराती है और टकरा के वापस आपके पास आती है. यदि ये जाते समय v1 वेलोसिटी से गई, आते समय v2 वेलोसिटी से आई, तो इसकी एवरेज स्पीड क्या होगी? So in this case you see this distance d, this also distance d. So distance is same in the both the case. So you use that formula v is equal to 2v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2. अगर ये कहता है v1 is equal to 50 मीटर पर सेकेंड एंड v2 is equal to 30 मीटर पर सेकेंड, ये आपको दे रखी है. एक जब अपन बॉल फेंकते हैं तो 50 मीटर पर सेकेंड से जाके दीवार से टकराती है और लौटते समय वो 30 मीटर पर सेकेंड से आपके पास आती है. सो एवरेज स्पीड यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगी, निकाल दीजिए. 2 into 50 into 30 divided by 50 plus 30. So this will be equal to 2 into 50 into 30 divided by 80. 0 to 0 cancel, 8, 4 cancel, 2, 25. So this will be equal to 75 divided by 2. It means this is a 37.5 meter per second. This will be the average speed. So ऐसे क्वेश्चंस जब आते हैं तो आपको ये फार्मूले यूज करने चाहिए. So this is the whole about the motion in a straight line, acceleration, displacement time curve, velocity time curve. In the next session, we will take the equation of motions. If you have any doubt, you may call me on my number 8595108376. And I will assure you that I will give you the complete syllabus for the 11th. So, subscribe my channel and enjoy the study. If you have a doubt, you can ask me on this my number. Thank you very much for the watching to me. Thank you.